Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite main dishes. It's called pink pasta with sweet sausage. Now this is a great meal to make for a significant other, someone special in your life, or just to make for yourself because it's really delicious. Let's check it out. Okay, so for this recipe, you're going to need oregano, some rigatoni, tomato puree, mozzarella cheese, an onion, some garlic, sweet Italian sausage. It's not pictured, but you need heavy whipping cream, salt, and pepper. You're going to cut up the onion. It's going to be a good rough chop. It doesn't need to be diced. I don't have the best knife skills, so we are going to not watch me cut this up. But like I said, you just want a good rough chop. About like that. And you're going to see some of my great knife skills right there. Look at that. Perfect. Next, you're going to add some minced garlic. If you don't have a garlic press, I would highly recommend getting one. There's nothing worse than having stinky garlic fingers for the rest of the day. It doesn't matter every time you wash your hands. Your fingers are going to smell like garlic. And instead of taking 10 minutes to mince that garlic, it took me about 30 seconds. Now you're going to add olive oil to your pan. And then you're going to put in your onion and garlic mix. Some might call it a medley. Those people would be wrong. You're going to add it in there and cook them until they get a little translucent. You're not looking for them to get caramelized or anything like that. You just want to soften them up. And this might be the greatest smell ever, is sauteed onions and garlic. That smells really good. If there was smell-o-vision, you would be able to smell what I'm smelling, but there isn't. So you're going to have to make this yourself so you can smell the magnificent aroma of sauteed onions and garlic. Now that your onions are translucent, you can add the sausage to the pan. I like to remove it from the casing in this style. That way you can have little meatballs to eat. Yeah, you could cut it open and smash it all in, but this is more fun. So do it this way or don't. It's really up to you. It doesn't really matter. It does matter. Do it the way I'm showing you how to do it. If you didn't want to, if you didn't want to know how to make this the correct way, you wouldn't be watching this video. So do it this way. Trust me, it'll work out really well. I've been making it for years. I learned this from an old Italian grandma named Jeff. That was my roommate in college, and he lived in Italy for 2 years, so he knows what he's talking about. Cook the sausage all the way through. If there are any bigger chunks of sausage, you can cut those in half. If you find an eyelash, you can pick that out. Pick out the eyelash. That's not an option. Please pick it out. Or any hair that you find in there. Thank you. Now that your sausage is cooked all the way through, you're going to add in your tomato puree. There'll be a little bit of extra tomato puree in the can, so what I'm doing is I'm taking it over to the sink, putting a little bit of water in the can, swishing it around, and adding the rest of that to the pan. That way you don't miss out on any of the tomato puree goodness. Then you're just going to mix it all together really well. Now you're going to add in your basil and mix that in very well as well. Now you're going to add in the heavy whipping cream that turns this into the pink pasta. Be very careful when you're mixing this all in, as it's very easy to get excited as you're noticing the color change from red to pink. Ooh, wow. It's like a science experiment. It's turning pink. This is crazy. Maybe I should change the name of this to salmon pasta because it's more of a salmon color. But I think that would confuse people who don't like salmon. I'm just going to keep calling it pink pasta. Okay, now that you're done mixing that in, let it come to a simmer and then cover it with a lid and let it simmer for a good 30 minutes to an hour. As much time as you want. The longer you let it simmer, the more concentrated the flavor is going to become. Bring a pot of water to a boil and cook the pasta to the instructions on the box. You're going to want it to be al dente, so it's going to take as long as it takes to become al dente. Drain your pasta and then add it directly to the sauce and mix it all in. Now you're going to add your cheese and then mix that in really well until the cheese is well incorporated and completely melted. My goodness, doesn't that look delicious? Look how cheesy that is. I am so glad that I have leftovers to eat when I'm done doing this voiceover. All right, now for my favorite part of the video. We get to try the food. Now, the reason I like to use the rigatoni in this recipe is because you get some of that sauce and a little bit of the sausage inside the rigatoni, so you get a little explosion of flavor, which is delicious. So let's give it a try. Make sure you get a little bit of sausage with the rigatoni in every bite. This is really, really, really good. This is the kind of recipe that you make for a significant other, and they're gonna think you're really good at cooking. Little secret, I made this for my wife 8 years ago. It was the first meal I ever made for her. She thought I was an amazing cook. It is really, this is the only recipe I know to make. So it works, it's really good, really easy to make, as you can see. If you like what we're doing on this channel, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, tell your friends about it. Tell people that you don't like about it too, that's fine. If you have any recipes that you'd like to see featured on this channel, comment down below. And remember, be the party food hero.